Hey everyone, welcome back to JP's Budget Collecting, another episode of the Whatever Report, where we're hanging out, usually on a Saturday, but not always, talking comics, talking random stuff, just whatever comes up sometimes. Never really know where this is going to go, and that's okay. We're hanging out. I appreciate anybody joining me on their Saturday. Let's see who all is here tonight. We had my man GT Key in here tailgating early, as always. Always appreciated. John was also here 30 minutes early, clapping. I don't know if we'll see him back tonight or not, but I appreciate him stopping by early. Blue Collar Dan, what is up? The Unruly Simeon, peace, sir, peace. Comic Collector, what's up? What is happening? Sector 2815, welcome, sir, welcome. Gordon, what is going on? Appreciate you all hanging out with me on a Sunday or Saturday. Kachung and Delphia, how are you guys? Hope you're having a wonderful weekend. And I appreciate you spending a few minutes of it with me, as always. So, yeah, we're going to hang out tonight. Not a ton, a little bit of an agenda, I guess. I got a few books to talk about that I read this week, as I am now, well, I'm not caught up. I'm mostly caught up on my new comics in terms of reading. Had a discussion I was going to go through. If I even got that open, I'll have to open that again. At one point, and then we're going to talk a little bit about Star Wars Visions, because I completed season 2 of that this week. Anybody wondering my Guardians thoughts? Hopefully, I'm still going to do a show with Aiden. We haven't worked that out yet, the timing, to talk about that. But I gave brief thoughts last week. I enjoyed it a lot. So, but we'll leave that there. So let's go to our topics. And first up, we got what are we drinking? And tonight it's just water. Yeah, my stomach was like, nope, on the bourbon tonight. So we're listening. We try to learn. What is coming up on the channel? Maybe not a whole lot. So next, so I got D&D tomorrow night. I have the CBSI portion of Cash or Trash done this week. There should be some version of Cash or Trash this week. I know we haven't done that for a couple weeks. Life is kind of always a good thing. I have not seen that on Mr. Girl's channel. I think I missed that this week. So I did not know you guys had already done your Visions Season 2 Wednesday. So you can critique my thoughts when I go through them here in a minute. There's John. What is going on, my friend? So don't know exactly what's coming up. I got a little mini vacation the end of the week that I'm going on. So I'm going to be gone latter part of this week through into the weekend. So there should be some version of Cash or Trash before I leave. There will be D&D tomorrow night. And then after that, I don't know. I'm going to try to get the look back done for next weekend. I don't know that I'll be back in time. I guess if I do like a Monday thing, most likely, I don't know. But otherwise, there probably won't be anything else this week. That's just the way it's going to work this week. Because I'm leaving Wednesday and I'm not coming back till Sunday. So a little short, mini vacation. So just getting away for a few days. So yeah, so I got that coming up. So hopefully I will have the look back done before I leave. That is my plan. Hopefully. Yeah, that's the plan. So that's what we got coming up. No indie show this week. I didn't even try to schedule one really. I thought about trying to schedule my man Unruly for Rachel. We haven't scheduled one of those for a while. Maybe I'll do that. We'll talk about it. Maybe schedule it for when I get back. But yeah, I didn't schedule anything for that week because I just knew it was going to be a little bit crazy. So next, what else we got here? What are the other things we're talking about? What did we pick up this week? And the answer is nothing. Nada. Nothing. I don't know if I told you guys last week or not, but I do have a new roof. And I am very poor. So there you go. We got to rebuild a little bit. We got to rebuild. So, but I've gotten that taken care of, which is a good thing. It needed to happen. It has happened. So yeah, so we're not buying a whole lot. Speaking of which, I think we'll do that right here. We're going to click back on this banner. What do we purchase this week? What do we picked up this week? And I'm going to do my little aside, even though I don't even have it open yet. Hang on 1 second. Let me open this up. So I don't actually have to log in to do this. I just want to look. So, yeah, I don't have to log in. I just want to look at the pre-orders. So, as you guys know, I pre-order everything because I don't have an LCS anymore. Hey, Planet Arizona, what's going on? Nice. Thank you. This was I don't know if it's birthday or Christmas. It's all the same time of year for me. They're a week apart, so I don't remember if this was birthday or Christmas, but yes. I think it was birthday. So I pre-order everything from Midtown, and let me get over here before I hit that. And you guys know I've kind of dropped way back on my Marvel books. This stupid thing. There we go. So getting ready to do my pre-order, and I've been trying to keep it under 15 books. Yeah, lots of key comics for sale. More people are not buying as much. Yeah, I'm definitely not hardly bought anything this year. Literally, like that's like, and I traded for that. I haven't bought anything this year, so it's just been the way of the world. But so let me present here real quick. And I'm curious what you guys think about this. Most of the books I've been buying lately, my new books, are on the DC side. But DC, so pre-orders for July. It's time to do pre-orders for July. And, you know, I haven't been reading Adventures of Superman, the John Kent stuff. I've cut way back on all the Batman side stuff. I just don't do it. I do main Batman. I do detective. I dropped World's Finest, I think, with issue 16. And so I didn't get the last one. So I'm not going to order World's Finest because I was trying to cut back. Batman Adventures, blah, blah, blah. But you're going to get down here and you're going to see, I didn't do the Batman White Knight thing because I decided I was just going to do trades for White Knight stuff going forward. I'm not going to try to get all the single issues. You notice there was no Batman in here. You're going to notice it jumps right to D. There's no Detective Comics. There's this Harley Quinn red, white, black, white, and redder, which is kind of a side thing. It's got an Archer cover, which might tempt me. We did get a Hot Girl Volume 2 starting, which is interesting. Who's writing that? I don't recognize that author. That's interesting. And then we get into Night Terrors, which is what DC is, I guess, doing in July. None of their main titles are coming out in July. Now, there's going to be, this is Night Terrors, the main 1 and 2. And then you get Night Terrors Action Comics. There's no regular Action Comic issue. Night Terrors, Angel Breaker, whoever that is. Night Terrors Batman, not written by the current team, written by Joshua Williamson. Night Terrors, like Adam, Night Terrors Catwoman, not written by, well, no, that's still written by Teenie Howard, but it's not part of the current run. Let's see, all these stupid Night Terrors things. Night Terrors, Harley, though they do have a Frisian cover, but I might even skip that. Like, I literally, Night Terrors Nightwing, not written by our guy Tom Taylor. I'm probably skipping. What do I have down for DC? What did I write down for DC? I think I skipped. I am like literally have 5 potential books on my July pre-order. Gotta get there. April for June, I kept it to 15. May for July, I have 4 books. Well, I have 5 because I put that Harley Frisian cover down, but I'm thinking about skipping that. 4 books, 2 of which are Marvel facsimiles. The other 2 of which are Star Wars books because there's also no High Republic books. And go over to Marvel, and most of the Marvel Star Wars books I've been doing. So they ended the Captain Marvel run. They appear to be starting this new Dark Tempest thing, but I don't. Other than that Jim Bartel cover, that's the Hellfire cover. That's a good cover. That's tempting, but they ended the Captain Marvel run I was reading. They've ended a couple other things I was reading. I'm not picking new stuff up. I literally may pre-order 4 comics for July. Hey, cute kitty cat, what is going on? Holy harlot, what's there? There's so much yet so little. Yes, that's really what it's like. It's some kind of event that I have zero interest in. I'm not doing. I really just have no interest in Marvel or DC events at this point. They just don't interest me. But like the Marvel stuff I'm gonna do at this point, or literally we're gonna get down here and it's gonna be. They're not. I think they put the facsimile later. So, and yeah, there's a couple facsimiles in here, and that's it. It's like, and then Star Wars Darth Vader, and then there's the Spider-Man book we'll talk about in a second. That's not ASM. Because I'm not doing ASM because I dumped it finally. So I think I'm going to be like basically have a free month from new comics. I mean, there's other stuff I could get, but I don't want to get like hooked into something that I'm not going to stick with when my other stuff comes back. Hulk 180 facsimile. I think I'm going to get because I don't have a copy of 180, the first appearance of Wolverine. I do have I already have a previous facsimile they printed of his first cover appearance. So I'm not getting that one. And then there's an X-Men facsimile. What is it? X-Men 101, yeah. So there's these Marvel 8 stuff, don't care. Marvel Zero, don't care. Yeah. So I think I'm like free for a whole month. True. That Bartel might tempt me. We'll see. Because I'm not doing anything. Oh, I know. I missed out on the first 180 facsimile. They're doing another. They're circling back. It's been like 2 years, so they're going to circle back to all these and redo these facsimiles again. DC already did that. Like, because last week I got the this one because they did a facsimile of First Appearance of Poison Ivy, but I already had a facsimile for the first time they did it. They're both going back to like the same books. When there's other books that could do facsimiles of, but whatever. No, I don't find meaningless money grabs appealing, DJ. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have like the only thing that's like I'm sort of hesitant to even buy anything, to pre-order anything, because I'm gonna spend more on shipping than I'm gonna spend on the freaking books. Because there's 5 of them right now, and I'm thinking about like cutting at least one of them. It's like I do have a roof over my head. Yeah, that might cost me. That might end up getting me back up to a 5th book. So just like, yeah, a whole bunch of stuff. We got Red Goblin. Good grief. I mean, I kind of wish I'd started the Scarlet Witch run, but I didn't have room for it, and I think I'm okay with not having room for it. The same thing with the Silk run again. I'd like the 2 previous. Yeah, there's Silk again. I didn't start it. I enjoyed the 2 previous Silk things that I think this Emily Kim wrote, but yeah, I'm definitely not sorry not to be doing the Shadow Clones thing because I hated the first Shadow, the other one, the multiverse thing. It was terrible. All right, this Spider-Man. Probably sticking with it, but yeah. For now, I don't know. We got the Spider Boy. We'll talk about that in a second. But you get the Star Wars stuff, and it's all dark droids and Darth Vader. I've been loving this run. We'll talk about it in a minute too. Ooh, I might have to get that variant. To be variant. But yeah, there's no High Republic stuff that month. So yeah, I'm just like, I have a free month and I'm kind of looking forward to it. So I don't know. I just talked about it. Just was like, but I've decided I'm not doing a Dark Heroes event. Screw that thing. I mean, I could look. There's probably some stuff that they have that I don't have. I could use that just to like, but that's not pre-order. That stuff would come separate, so I'd have a separate shipping charge. But yeah, I mean, that's worth a thought at least. No. Well, let's go back up. Let's see. Is our man Zeb Welch still on it? You guys are like, don't scroll so fast. Let's see. There's an annual. Don't care. Various writers. Why is 31 got various? Oh, look, 30, Zeb Wells. 31, various. Why is that some kind of anniversary thing again? Didn't they just have an anniversary? Super size. Oh, she says oversized. Oh, it's the Janice and Randy's wedding. Okay. Yeah, I have no interest. Block the number. I really do. I'm thank you for the intervention, cute kitty cat. I appreciate it. Let's get it off the screen. All right, so we're gonna stop sharing. So yeah, so it's weird. This will easily be the fewest new books I've bought since I got back in a month. Not even close. And maybe I'll do like Cute Kitty Cat said and do some back issues or something. So, but yeah, I'm probably just gonna like just like have a cheap month, spend like $30 and be done with it and not worry about it. So, well, I think so. I'm ripping on Zeb Wells because I don't think his characterization of Pete and Mary Jane has been very accurate to what we've known for 60 years. B, I blame Marvel editing more than anything else. I mean, he's not doing anything they're not signing off on. So Marvel doesn't want them together. They've been very clear about that. And so we're stuck with this weird Paul dude, and it sucks. All right. So enough about what I haven't picked up and what I'm not going to pick up, it looks like. So otherwise, yeah, no pickups because we're not spending money on comics at the moment. Let's go back to our banners. Whatever we're reading, we did get mostly caught up. No. There's some truth to what Kitty Cat's saying. The other thing is, I don't think that Wells is a particularly good writer, but there's also some like really good writers still put out really good stuff on some of these books. Nice. Very cool. Dinner and the Scene Guardian, Saturday morning Motor City Con, and late lunch. Very cool, man. That is awesome. Well, let's talk about what I'm reading. Well, what I got from, so as you guys know, I do every 2 weeks from Midtown because I don't have a LCS anymore. Closest LCS is over an hour away. So I do every 2 weeks from Midtown. I got books last week, right before the show. I'd read a couple of them before we went live that I talked about. This is the rest of that stack that I got through. And then, so the books from this past Wednesday, I don't have yet. I'll have this past Wednesday, and next Wednesday will come probably next weekend. Yeah, definitely for sure. Well, if they do that, I ain't supporting anything that I know. Nothing. I will support nothing that I know is written by AI. I won't do it. If it's got AI art or AI writing, I ain't supporting it. I'm not. Because all of that stuff is programmed off of somebody's writing. They have to have used somebody's art, somebody's writing in order to get the AI to learn. And so, no, it's a ripoff, and I ain't doing it. I ain't supporting that. Yes, definitely happy milestone to TJ. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, does sound pretty perfect. All right, so let's. What do we read? We read Batman 900. We just got the A cover. So I am very glad to see the end of this multiversal arc. I didn't really like this book. I haven't really liked the entire him in the multiverse this whole time that Zardisky's done. I enjoyed the failsafe stuff. This thing where he's been traveling, he was in this other universe, and then this weird version of the Joker that's traveling in the multiverse in this, and Batman. And I guess the whole point of it was for Batman to see all these other versions of Batman that we're familiar with. We got Batman Beyond, and we got Batman 89, and we got Batman 66, and the Adam West Batman. We got the Dark Knight Returns Batman. We got the animated series Batman. We got all this stuff. Tell me a good story. And so all those Jokers that are dead are back in their universes, so they can. I don't need to use Joker in universes where he's gone. They use Joker too much anyway. The whole thing. All right, at this point, overall, my feelings on the Chip Zdarsky run, which I was super excited for, is a thumbs down. I mean, it's not ASM bad, but it's not particularly great or interesting. And yeah. So that's generally just where I'm at. Well, yeah, you have to start like avoiding some of the digital artists too. And this is it. You can't tell exactly which one they ripped off, but they've ripped off somebody. That's why I'm just going to generally not support AI. Like, yeah. And I get it. It's going to be harder and harder and harder to know what's real and what's not. And I didn't plan on going down an AI conversation, but yeah, we're not going to be able to trust what we read and what we see. And it's just images, photos, none of it. It's, yeah. So you're saying it's not cheating. And I get it. It's stuff's out there. But unless you're the artist who drew a whole bunch of stuff to program your AI to help you, to me, that's a different step than I wrote an algorithm and I stole images from a whole bunch of stuff on the internet and use it to program my AI and now it's spitting out art. To me, that's a very different thing. If you're a digital artist and you've drawn a whole bunch of stuff, if you're Jim Lee and you take your whole catalog and you digitize it into an AI and let the AI be Jim Lee, I still don't like it, but I get that. That's not the same as if Jim Lee's doing it. But yeah. So, but I get it. It's going to be hard to know what's real and what's not going forward. It's just going to be super hard. Technology is going to continue to challenge us. And so far, unfortunately, I feel we've clearly demonstrated as a society, we are not up to the task of understanding and controlling it. We're not. So the stream is not, I'm actually a robot. Yes, you are correct. I'm actually a hologram. You have reached the hologram of Jason Persinger. All right. Spider-Man 10, the Spider-Man book I am still reading. This is pretty frustrating too. And this is better. Like, I'm not a huge Dan Slott fan. This is leaps and bounds better than what's going on over at ASM. And I think it's funny that he's just avoided Pete's love life completely through 8 issues. Of course, he had the big end of the Spider-Verse event, which really wasn't the end, but whatever. It kind of just transferred the main totem status from Pete to Silk, which is okay. But she was bit by the same spider, so I get that. But the whole, we do see Spider-Boy again, which is weird because that one person's claiming, "Oh, my cover's going to be first Spider-Boy." Anyway, we see Spider-Boy again. We'll see what role he plays, but Pete just loves to make really poor decisions, which I guess he always has. But I'll help everyone. Yeah, I don't know. This is at least readable, and in comparison, so for now, I'm keeping it. We'll see where it goes. I mean, when I have a month like July where I only have like 4 books, I'm going to keep it at least through July, it looks like. So at least through issue 10. We'll see where this goes. I'm not a huge, like I said, I'm not the biggest Dan Slott fan. But at least I get a little bit of Pete without the crap that's going on in the other book. Night Planet. Hope you enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of your weekend. The rest of Star Wars stuff that I hadn't read. Darth Vader. This run continues to be fantastic. This Greg Pak run. I tell you what, like the 3 Darth Vader runs over the last almost decade now. I think the first one started in 2015. Karen Gillan, Charles Soule, this Greg Pak run. These 3 volumes of Darth Vader. What was it? Karen Gillan was post Star Wars. The original post A New Hope. The Charles Soule was post Revenge of the Sith. It was set back in then, and then this one is set post Empire Strikes Back. Have been phenomenal. Like I have the omnis back there of the other 2 volumes. I don't have the individual issues. I've been getting the individual issues of this. I love the story with him and the Handmaidens, and he's still just messed up in the head. Like, I mean, they're not. Sabine is not Padme, and he is, yeah. And I just think this is really good. Which ones do I get? I haven't gotten the main. I have not been getting the main. The only non-High Republic Star Wars book I'm currently getting is Darth Vader. Mainly because I've been up against my self-imposed limit with all the Marvel and DC stuff I was getting. And High Republic is a lot of books, and I'm getting all the High Republic stuff. I probably should read some of the other Star Wars stuff, but I'll probably do like the main Star Wars. I have the main, the Jason Aaron Star Wars run. In an Omni. I'll probably do that for the Between Empire and thing. There's been so many crossover events and stuff. I just haven't wanted to deal with that. So I just get Vader. And it's good. It's excellent. I love it. It's really, really good. Hey, Bronze Page. What's going on? I mean, they've given her a ton of depth in this book. I'm a huge fan. I am a huge fan of her. I love that the others showed up to save her, and because she knows the truth, she figured out the truth of who Vader is. She didn't let them save her because she's trying to save him for Padme. And I just love where this is going. But he is still just as manipulative and, yeah, as he has ever been. And she's not going to win, which is because we know how that works. But I just think it's just been a really good and really interesting story. And I have really enjoyed the heck out of that Darth Vader run. High Republic. We're going to start with, so it's all Dark Horse High Republic stuff. None of the Marvel stuff, the adventure stuff. We'll start with the main adventure series. This has been, Sav is, easily, this has been my second favorite series other than the Blade of Bardock. Other than High Republic, the Blade, this has been my favorite series. I've liked it more than the main book. I just like this character, this Jedi character. We meet her in the original High Republic as an old Jedi. Seeing her as a kid, as a Padawan, interacting with Maz Kanata. This book has just been a crap ton of fun. Yeah, I kind of got out of the Afro. I started down the Afro road, and then I just got out of it, and because I was cutting back, and that's the other. The first volume of Afro is my other Omni up there. So I have the Jason Aaron Star Wars, the Afro, and the two Darth Vaders, or the 4 Star Wars Omnis. I'll probably just do the other Afro via Omni probably at some point. This has been really, really good. I really enjoy it. Keep moving here. Nameless Terror, issue 3 of 4. So we're seeing we're getting this history with the Leveler, and I've enjoyed this so far. My frustration with this is only like, how did they not know what the Leveler was when they started dealing with it in, like, how did Yoda not know what the Leveler was when they started dealing with it in the first round of High Republic stuff? Because this is only like 100 years before, 150 years before the other High Republic stuff. I will say, at least in the stuff I've read, no Yoda. We haven't seen Yoda at this point, which was, he was like 650 in the other High Republic stuff, so he'd be like 500. We haven't seen Yoda. So that I find interesting, as Yoda has been, to me, noticeably absent. Now, I'm not completely caught up on the novels, but yeah, just read it on the app. I haven't been paying for the Marvel app. I probably should. I haven't been paying for the Marvel app. So, but yeah, this has been very good. It's interesting. We'll see where this goes. There's one issue left that could make or break that one for me. And then I obviously ended up with 2 issues of this completely unexpectedly. This book went crazy when it first came out last week. Quest of the Jedi. This is interesting because it's like another 100 years plus in the past from the rest of this period. So this is the Jedi looking at history, and the Jedi we meet here are all even further back in time. So I'm not sure what the first appearance was that was driving this book to go crazy. But these two characters on this cover are not in the timeline even of the main phase 2 of the High Republic. This was a good read. It was an enjoyable story. We're seeing what we have seen in High Republic stuff is the Leveler, they're controlling them. The path is controlling the Levelers using these Force relics, and they're basically stone. They're rods with a stone in them, and there's multiple of them that they're using. And it appears we're seeing the origin of those stones, and what they can do in this. But yeah, it was a good read. I enjoyed the heck out of that. But that's it. That's everything. I'm still way behind on Detective Comics. That's the one thing I have not read yet. But those are my reads. We're going to continue talking Star Wars, which is continue to make it unruly bored. But yeah, we're going to move into Visions, which was my thumbnail this week. I got through all of season 2 of Visions. I will be interested to see what Kachung has to say, because I have not watched his breakdown. Overall, I would say it's pretty similar to season 1. I feel like the highs were almost as high or right in the same range. The lows were almost as low, and there are some lows. And I feel like the number of stories that I really enjoyed versus the ones that I was like, was probably about the same. Because I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 that I thought were really, 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 really good. There was another one that I thought was good. It wasn't great. It was fine. And then there was 3 that I didn't particularly enjoy. No, 4 that I didn't particularly enjoy. Yeah, that were just kind of like, eh. And I feel like that's about what the ratio was Vision season 1. Obviously, these are very different. Like Vision season 1 were all anime, Japanese stuff. This is from people all over the world. We get a little different types. Watch 6 seasons of Adventure Time. Oh, wow. I've never watched Adventure Time. I've heard people talk about it. I've never watched that. I talked briefly last week. For me, the episodes that really stood out as positives were the first episode, Sith, the 5th episode, Journey to the Dark Head, the 6th episode, The Spy Dancer, and the 9th episode, Ao Song. Those 4, for me, were really, really strong. I also sort of enjoyed the one from the Wallace and Gromit folks. It was just fun, but it wasn't great, but it was fun. Which was episode I Am Your Mother, which is episode 4. I found it interesting that I'll talk about the ones I enjoyed a little bit. I'm going to talk about some of the ones I did. I found it interesting. 3 of the episodes were very, very similar. And 2 of them I didn't like, which was the young female with powers sort of getting recruited to be a Jedi or by a Jedi. One of those worked for me. One of them didn't. Or 2 of those didn't. The Screecher's Reach, I didn't really, or Screecher's Ridge, sorry, I didn't like. That there just wasn't enough there to get me interested in the character. The other one, the Bandit of Galak, which was the other one that was similar, that one I really didn't enjoy those characters. Like the art style was kind of fine, but I don't know, I didn't connect with that one. But Ao's song I really enjoyed. I thought it was amazing. I thought the animation on that was amazing. In terms of animation styles, because they're all very different, the first one I thought was really good. That was maybe my favorite animation. The second one was just, I didn't like it. It was fine. It was okay. The one with the sisters that almost looked like claymation but wasn't, didn't work for me. There was something about it that didn't work. So you like Screecher's Ridge. See, I didn't particularly like Screecher's Ridge. The other 3 are actually, I think, in order. Maybe Sky Dancer is my favorite. I was going to get to that in a minute, but maybe I would swap the heads and the Sky Dancer and the Sith. Those would be very close, and then the last one, Ao's song, would be my 4th one. But Screecher's Ridge just didn't work for me. I didn't feel like there was enough there to attach me to that character. The show is slightly different. I can see that. It changes as you think about it. It wasn't my least favorite, but it was down there. The one with the sisters and the stars was just kind of fine. I didn't particularly like that art. It just didn't work for some reason. The Wallace and Gromit people one with the pilot and kid, it was just kind of fun. And it was that style of art. So it is what it is kind of thing. So that one didn't do a ton. And then love the art on the Dark Head. If it wasn't for number 1, that might be my favorite art in terms of like style and stuff. Yeah, which is, not as surprising. Although the Spy Dancer is really good. Like, it's easily my favorite story. The one with the train, that one I didn't particularly like the art style there as much either. The Pit, just kind of depressing. The artwork there was fine. I liked the art, but the story with the miners and stuff, it was just very, very heavy. Yeah, it just was it's kind of just in the middle somewhere. It's not one of my least favorite, but it's not my favorites. Yeah, I just love the concept. I love the art style. I thought it was a little different twist on what she was doing. That one just I really like that one a lot. I love like even though they kind of look like stuffed animals. I just love I really really enjoyed that one. That one brought me a lot of joy. It wouldn't be my favorite, but it was. It definitely those four all are a step above, and then you get like the I Am Your Mother and the Pit kind of in the middle, and then there's the three that I didn't particularly like. So all right, so yeah, that's my review. I would, like I said, I would do Spy Dancer would definitely be number one. Sith and Journey to the Dark Head would battle for the 2-3 spot, and then Io Song I really enjoyed also. So that's what we were watching this week. So, all right, with that, I think we're ready for whatever you guys want to talk about. We can keep talking about that. So, yeah, but I will say while I'm waiting for you guys to chip in with a new topic, I thought the Spy Dancer, just the way they told that story, her reaction to when she realized who it was, I thought that was just really, really well done. I thought the art was fantastic with her, the way she danced, like all of that was just in her choices and his conflict at the end, and just and her apprentice slash, which I thought was actually her daughter, but not sure. I just thought that was really, really well done. See, I didn't even like. I found that battle like jarring. Like it didn't, and maybe it was because maybe I was buffering or something, but it felt like it didn't even flow very well. Like it was hard to follow. And yeah, and what happened to everybody else? Everybody else just vanished. Like I don't know. It was just I found that one very weird. It just didn't work for me. Very cool. Very cool. Oh, the Spy Dancer was amazing. Um, so I have not done a full review, John. Aiden wants to do a review. We just haven't made it work yet. So Aiden was wanting to do a review of Guardians of the Galaxy 3. I don't even know if he's seen it yet. I need to talk to my sister. So we haven't done that yet. So my general thought, I gave some very general thoughts last week. I gave a few thoughts right at the beginning tonight to say that I wasn't going to really talk about it, which is I enjoyed it a lot. And yeah, and I need to go back. I've been like you did. You were talking about this morning. I wanted to go back and watch the first and second one. I just haven't made it back there yet, just because having time in the evening. But I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks, and then maybe go see it again. Hopefully before it disappears. But yeah, and I haven't wanted to go see a Marvel movie in the theater a second time for a very long time. And I want to see Guardians again. So there you go. That gives you enough about what I thought of it. I'm a huge fan of Rocket. There's only a couple, like, I don't want to get onto it. There's only a couple critiques I have that bother me, and one of them was that they didn't really the Rocket and Groot thing. They kind of didn't do to the level they've always done in the past, but that was about it. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. You're paying for Disney Plus, so you might as well wait. And I'll probably wait, but knowing me, I'll probably end up waiting. But I wouldn't mind going to see it again for sure. It's the first one that I'm tempted for a while. Yeah. So what else is going on? I don't know. I don't have a lot. Like I said, this next week is going to be, I'm going to be kind of gone for a little bit, so I'm not going to get a lot. There's not going to be a lot of content coming out. We already talked about there's no books for me to order in July, which is good. Save me some money. And yeah, other than that, I got nothing. So unless you guys give me something here, I'm going to maybe call it an evening and get some rest. So I will say, John did a fun little YouTube short where he talked about one of the things that some people came out and were kind of upset with around Guardians. And you guys should go check that out, his little short, where he explained where James Gunn was at and what the thought process was. And I just love that. I picked that up instantly, that's what it was, that he didn't learn new words that we like. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. Yes, they always play them twice. That is, NFL schedule did come out this week, which is so funny because we've known all the games for like months, but the NFL manages to keep us hooked in, so keep their claws in us, so they do the schedule thing. So that entertained John. But yeah, my prediction: Chiefs are going back to the playoffs, and they're going to be a tough out. That's there you go. So yeah, so go check out this guy did a short on that, and then this girl did a breakdown of Guardians. So if you want to hear their review, they did their review this morning. I totally get where Charlie was coming from. I am a little. Yeah, some of the stuff with Rocket was kind of hard to watch, but overall, I just thought it was really, really well done. It was definitely a very different tone, and I thought that's something that, and he does that, like in all of his movies, Gunn manages to get that little more serious tone in the appropriate moments, but I felt like he carried it longer and did more with it this time, which gives me a little more hope for the Superman movie, because I just feel like the Superman is not, obviously it's not Guardians, it's not Peacemaker tone, it's not Suicide Squad tone. Him getting that tone right for Superman has been my one little bit of a concern. But I have less to worry about that now after this one. I will say that for sure. She did make some great points. My quibbles, though, were all pretty minor, and none of them took away from my enjoyment of the film. I didn't. See, I'm giving kind of a review now, but I need to say most of this for with Aiden. But like I said, my biggest things were like, I felt like they needed to do more. There needed to be more scenes with Rocket and Groot a little bit. Like that relationship kind of got set aside. And then Mantis leaving, but not dealing with the fact that she wiped Drax's memory, and Nebula not calling her out on the fact that she's probably done that more than once. Like, to them, that was the thing. I felt like that needed to be dealt with at the end. And like that she needed to admit that she'd made some mistakes there. And then I will say the other thing was not enough of and I don't know if you pointed out, John, or somebody else did on Instagram, I saw today, that had to agree with this. They didn't really develop that brother-sister thing that we got in the holiday special, that they're actually, Mantis and Peter are actually brother and sister. And I kind of wish, before she went on her own, that she had went to, he's not really, like, obviously she's not related to Peter in that way. And I don't know what he told his grandpa about where he'd been, but she could have got to meet his grandpa. I thought that would have been fun. But anyway, so those were just my minor quibbles, but overall I enjoyed the heck out of it. Anything else, you guys, before I get out of here? Yes, no, I didn't change my background again. I was going to do that today, and then because I'm going to be gone, everything's going down in the safe while I'm gone. So I'm like, well, I got to take it apart this week. So I'll just do it this week. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed the heck out of it. It was interesting hearing him talk about some of the tone differences between his trilogy and the fact that he hadn't signed on for 3 when they made Infinity War and Endgame yet, like when they were making them, and then he signed on after the fact, that like some of the choices they made there he just ignored or undid, and like they didn't talk to him or Taika before they had Thor leave with the Guardians at the end of Endgame, and that's why, like, yeah, that whole thing, and some, yeah, there was just some stuff there. Sorry, DJ. I didn't give any true spoilers. Yeah. Oh, I guess I gave the little thing. Yeah, I did give a couple spoilers. My bad. My bad. All right, no more Guardians talk. I will give thumbs up to the Good Dog. I know Charlie had some complaints about the Good Dog, but I didn't have any complaints about the Good Dog. So I thought that was well done, and how that was the ultimate insult to Cosmo. I thought that was all well done too. Yeah. So, all right, gang. Give me something. So I talked about something other than Guardians and make TJ mad. So I got nothing. I'm running out of steam here. Let's see. Yeah. I gotta be on. Whose show are we on, John, this week? We're on, or not this week, in June. We're gonna be. Actually, he popped in here, didn't he? John talked me into. Dang it! Now I'm forgetting which channel it's on. You told me, and my brain doesn't work. That's not the right thing. Sector 2815. Duh. He was in here earlier. I knew he was. Yeah. So John and I are going to be on his show, his whole Name That Key, where they do the 20 questions, yes, no questions. We're going to be on that in June. So looking forward to that. And the question is, can I come up with a book? Paul, yes, there you go. I appreciate the effort, Kitty Cat, but no. Yeah, we're gonna be on Paul Sector 285. Name That Key. The question is, can I come up with a book that John can't quickly identify? Because I don't exactly hide what I have, right? You guys pretty much know what my collection is, because most of it's popped up here behind me. Plus, I show everything off. I'm not one of those that holds anything back. So I don't know what I'm going to have. I'm going to have to try to be clever. Where am I going next week? Well, we're going up to see my sister, but I'm going with my dad. We planned a fishing trip up that way to take my nephew kind of on his first, not just pond fishing, but a bigger fishing trip. For last summer, ended up having to get canceled. My mom's dad passed away, and we ended up and the funeral was literally the day that we were going to do some of that, and so right in the middle of it. So we had canceled that, so we rescheduled it for this coming week. So we're going to go up and do some fishing on Lake Michigan with a guide and some other stuff, and so yeah, but it's a good time. Yeah, near mid-June. There are lots of keys, lots of choices. It's just a thing that, my collection pretty well, that I feel like I don't want to make it easy for you, but I also want to be true to stuff I collect, right? So some people just pull out something that rando key that doesn't really have any meaning to them. I don't want to do that. But I also don't want to be obvious. I mean, it's not gonna be this, because you would have that in 3 guesses, or maybe it will be, or maybe I will. So who knows? Maybe I'm just trying to throw you off, John. So, but that's a good one. That's a good choice. Yeah, because that's a character that you definitely enjoy, but wouldn't be a first. Most people are instantly going to go X-Men. So yeah. Hey, Kenneth, what is going on? So yeah, John's going to do giant size. It's a giant size. I'm just going to right off the bat. It's a giant size X-Men #1. So, that's what I'm gonna. That's gonna be my first question. Is it your giant size X-Men #1? Is it your Avengers #1? That'd be my second question. I'm just gonna ask specific books. All right, gang. Like I said, not a lot coming up this week. Hopefully there'll be Cash or Trash at some point. I'm not sure when. Tom hasn't put his video out yet, which is completely his prerogative. I have the CBSI stuff. I could do it tomorrow. I may just wait and try to shoot for Monday night. We'll see. I mean, if Tom puts it out early tomorrow, then I may just go and do it. But if he doesn't, I may shoot for Monday night on that. D&D tomorrow night is going down. And then after that, probably nothing till those two, and then probably nothing until I get back, really. So I'm gonna try so TJ doesn't like hunt me down, and if life doesn't get in the way, I'm going to try to get this look back done for next week before I leave. But because I don't want TJ like coming to look for me. So we'll see. All right, yep. There it is. There's my key. Take it easy. Have a good one, everyone. So with that, we're going to get out of here later. That is not the button I wanted. That is not what I was wanting to do. It was not. There it is.